right, welcome back. J&M Radio, Joe and Mike, we're here.
It's been a few months. Like a month, I guess.
Yeah, so we've had a 5-week hiatus. Hasn't been much of a hiatus, though, because we have been, we launched the J&M channel. We launched the J&M Instagram page. In that span, we've been posting pretty much daily there, content from these radio archives. So
Joe's been carrying all the shorts content.
I absolutely have.
I've been carrying all the social media pages though.
All of them. Okay.
Like Instagram, I run. Yeah. You know, I run the Instagram.
Yep.
You just text me.
Yeah.
You text me the shorts to put up.
We make a dynamic duo.
Yeah.
We're back at it today. We got quite a lot to talk about. The main segment for today is going to be a rapper's bracket. We have selected 24 rappers. They're going to be going head to head in a bracket. And we're going to crown, I guess, our personal favorite rapper ever. Head-to-head matchup with 24 of the best rappers in the game.
Strictly music, not just any part of music, not just rapping ability, artistic ability, everything combined into one element.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Before we get into that, just some general news.
You want me?
You're the news guy. You're the one who follows the news.
I guess. Lil Yachty dropped.
That was a
project.
Album.
It's not a rap album. He dropped the project today.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually with Joe.
Yeah, yesterday.
Last night we were playing basketball, and then I saw on Twitter that it dropped. So I was like, let's give it a chance. And your thoughts?
Well, we first heard it last night. We got a little snippet of it. We didn't go through the whole thing. We had to sleep. We had things to do. It was late. But the snippets, I was a little scared because, rap and rappers and rock, and it usually doesn't mix. When
Machine Gun Kelly.
When people get experimental, you get stuff like Kid Cudi and his he had that one record, Logic at Supermarket.
Kid Cudi, the microwave merchant.
Yeah, of course.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Cudi's cool.
Lil Wayne had a rock phase.
Oh my god, that was awful.
Yeah, so I always I find the willingness to go out there and take risks and be experimental. I find that admirable, but
yeah, well, again, on the other
outcome
hand,
sometimes usually isn't the best. But that makes it all the more impressive that this album was genuinely very good.
You went and listened to it?
I listened to it. I liked it. I did think it was a little bit bloated. I think some of the songs, especially in the middle, had no reason to be there. That
7-minute track.
I liked the first track.
I liked it too. I didn't think it needed to be 7 minutes, but hey, that's his.
Yeah,
that's his art that he wanted. But to go back to the point that you talk about experimental, obviously a lot of times experiments sometimes don't work. You got Machine Gun Kelly who got bullied out of rap and then
that was tough.
Tried to make his way back into rap after he got bullied by Eminem.
Yeah.
You mentioned a few, but there have also been times where it's worked. 808s and Heartbreak, that sort of defined a whole genre of a few years earlier. Igor, 2019.
Yep.
Won Rap Album of the Year at the Grammys, even though it wasn't a rap album, but still, very impressive feat. That was a great album. Swimming by Mac Miller.
Another classic.
Yep, and I think I'm missing one that I was thinking of.
And if you want to see the other one, check out the J&M Instagram, where that post is posted.
I made
where
that.
He speaks on this same topic.
That post. Yeah. I think I might have said them all, but yeah, sometimes experiments worked, and this time for me, it did work.
Absolutely,
I was shocked because I knew the album was going to be different. He said it was going to be different, and we knew it was going to be different. I didn't know it was going to be this different.
Completely out of left field, yeah.
So Yachty said today that he's been sitting on this album for 2 years. It took him 6 months to make it, but he's been sitting on it for. It took him 6 months to make it, and for about a year and a half, he's been sitting on it. And then about a month ago, a whole album worth of songs, it was supposedly titled Sonic Ranch from Yachty, leaked online. And everybody felt bad. It wasn't this album, apparently, but,
yeah,
that's awful. And then he comes back with this, and then I sat down, and I listened to it, and I was in shock. I was in awe, because it was completely different from anything we've heard from Boat his entire career. And I mean, let's face it, before this, he was one of the more generic artists out there, I guess.
Nothing in his discography made you think, oh yeah, this is the next phase of his career. This is where things are going.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he has definitely developed and evolved as a rapper. Just another one of those guys from that 2016 XXL freshman class that
that's true.
continued, his hot streak and has evolved with the times. You love to see it.
I mean, the psychedelic rock, I loved it. I didn't expect it. It felt like I was listening to a Pink Floyd album. It felt like something my dad could listen to. Like, I could sit down with my dad and we could listen to this album and have a good experience. He doesn't give anything about rap. He doesn't care about rap. But if I sat him down and we listened to this album, I feel like he could enjoy it. Because this is completely different from anything we've heard from Yachty. And I mean, for him to go out there and do this, I find it impressive because what 99% of other artists would have done is they see this hit, Poland. He didn't even mean to. He was just goofing around. He was on the autotune going Poland, like Poland Springs. Blows up. He releases an actual song. What most artists would have done for their next project was just replicate that sound for 16 tracks and call it a day. I applaud Yachty for taking a different approach and doing something that he wanted to do, expand. As an artist, grow and evolve as an artist. I love seeing that from artists. I love when artists go out of the box. Even when it fails, I'll still laugh at it if it fails. But this was not a failure. I mean, a lot of times you'll see albums that will be talked about a lot in the first week and you won't hear about them ever again. This is not one of those albums. This is an album that's here to stay. And I hope that Yachty continues to grow and evolve as an artist. It wasn't a flawless album. That's hard to do, but great. I loved it.
Yeah. And he has production credits on 12 of the 14 songs, but I found most impressive. I think some of the verses were kind of weak. I think it still remains true that Yachty is not the strongest rapper out there. I mean,
was he even rapping, though?
I'd still, whatever you want to call them, the verses, the flow. I think sometimes he was battling with the beats. He was struggling to keep up.
That one song where he just kept saying he was pretty over and over again?
Yeah, it was tough. I think the album was top-heavy. A lot of the best songs come at you extremely early on into the record.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
So yeah, I listened to it out of order without knowing. So if that take makes no sense to anyone, it doesn't mean anything. It shouldn't matter to anyone because I listened to this on a YouTube playlist that I probably should have suspected something because the name of the album was spelled wrong on the playlist. And it was interspersed with like random Spanish music completely unrelated to the album. But I didn't think of it, and so if anyone's hearing that take and being like, that's dumb, it doesn't mean anything, it doesn't matter, because anything I say on the order doesn't fucking matter, because I'm dumb.
I like the features, nice tasteful features. They're not in your face, they're not the biggest names. No. There's not too many of them. Just he picked the exact people that are going to fit his vision and his art for this piece. So yeah, if I were to rank this or give it a score, I'd give it a 7 or 8. You should listen to it. It's pretty good.
I would agree, 7 or 8. Yeah. Absolutely listen to it. It was a great experience. And then before we move on to the bracket, we got I said we started at like 7:10 maybe. Give us a good 50 minutes.
Let's do it.
Trippie Redd dropped a week ago. I listened to it. I have a close friend of mine who's a huge Trippie Redd fan.
That's unfortunate.
Because it was like my last day before I went back to college. So I asked him, like, yo, you want to listen to this? Like, before I go? He's like, yeah. So I think it was because the album came out on Friday. So yeah, Thursday night. So it was the day before I went to college. Yeah, Thursday night we hung out and then we went to his house. We watched a few videos. A couple other friends came over. And we all sat in a hot tub together because he has a hot tub. It was pouring snow, like heavy snow. So we were cold in this hot tub with snow coming down. And then midnight hits, and we play this album. And then on the speakers, we were going crazy. We were loving it. Like it was great. And then I went back and I listened to it without speakers, headphones, and I tried to actually listen to the lyric side. And then I was like, this is a Trippie Redd album.
Yeah, if you're looking for lyrics from Trippie Redd,
I mean, I like what he did with the beats. I really like what he did production-wise. I don't think he produced it, but I like the production direction he went in. Different beats, different style of production. Yeah. I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the instrumentals a lot, too, but the problem with this album was it was heavily bloated with features, which, I mean, you're not DJ Khaled, like...
No, nor should you aspire.
Yeah, nor should you aspire to be a DJ Khaled.
No.
Metro Boomin did what you should do if you're gonna do a producer album. But no, Trippie Redd's an actual artist. He's not a producer. He's not a curator like DJ Khaled. Like when you have all these features on, features are good, but when you have too many, it kind of takes away from you as an artist and on your own track list. I mean, granted, I love, like, for example, Donda. I love Donda. I think it's a good album by Kanye. But that album was bloated with features, and it's a 27 track long.
Yeah, it was bloated. Period. 27 is just too much.
Yeah, I agree. If that album was maybe 20 to 16, I think it would be a much better album. When your album is bloated with features, it kind of takes away from that. And the other problem with the album was the mixing. It was not good.
I thought you said you liked the production.
No, the mixing aspect.
Yeah.
Like the actual mixing of the vocals and the beats itself.
I hear you.
Like, I think it's called Nightcrawler, I think, though. Oh, no, Crazy Train. Nightcrawler, the one with Juice WRLD, that one was really good. The Crazy Train song is called Crazy Train with Travis Scott. I love the song. It's a great song. The 808s hit so hard. I love it. And then Travis' verse comes on, and the instrumental, like, softens. And then it's just Travis's vocals pretty much. The mixing, it's just not good. So it's sort of in the middle for me where, it just is what it is, I guess, for me. I know you didn't listen to it.
Give it a score. No. I didn't even know it came out. I'm not following that, dude.
I was talking with Joe like 10 minutes before we were going to start the show. I'm like, did you listen to that Trippie Redd? I was like,
I said, who's Trippie Redd?
No,
I don't even know who that is.
You're like, he was like, Trippie Redd dropped? I'm like, the fact that you didn't even know he dropped says something.
Yeah. Trippie Redd dropped the ball with this album. Anyway, give it a score.
Be a 5 out of 10.
I give it a 1.
You didn't even listen to it.
Don't care.
All right. That's
we get into the bracket. Any more news?
I don't think so.
All right. Let's do this. We are now presenting to you the J&M official rappers bracket. If you want to see the visual connected to this, go to the J&M YouTube channel where this will be posted within a few days. We are now going to head off into this 24 rapper bracket.
If you're listening live and you want a visual, it's on our Instagram. I think it's just at.
It is indeed on our Instagram.
Let me pull it up. It's just J&M Radio, the username. So if you want to look at the visual while we're going in, it's up there.
All right, let's head into this. Let's see.
Top left.
Top left.
And then just go down. So first up, we have Joey Badass and Trippie. Not Trippie.
Nope.
Not Trippie. We have Jid. My bad. J-I-D. Joey and Jid. My vote. All right. So for anyone wondering, you put this together. You organized the names. You determined the names. I made the visual. And so I had no say in the ordering of these, but I think this was deliberate. Joey Badass and J.I.D., 2 of my personal favorites. Well, I didn't order it solely based off what I want. I kind of did it a bit randomly as well. I used random metrics as well. But my reasoning for this one is they're 2 similar artists. They are mainstream per se, but they're semi-popular.
They're respected in the industry for sure. Respected. But would my mom know their names? Probably not.
No.
My vote is for J.I.D. I think J.I.D.'s Forever story really put him above Joey Badass, who is apparently the more popular. Actually, no, not anymore. He's not the more popular artist, but both have incredible discographies, incredible albums. Both of their most recent album drops were fantastic, in my opinion. But my vote is for J.I.D.
I think if we had this conversation 5 years from now, maybe it could sway that way. But my vote,
come on, it's the first round. It's the first round.
Joey. I mean, come on.
That's not that's a terrible argument.
The king of double entendres. I mean, what are we talking about here?
King of double
It's Joey.
Nope.
You listen to 1999?
Nope. It's J.I.D. Sorry.
It's Joey. I mean, come on.
All right, so J.I.D. progressing to the second round.
Well, hey, we got to have an actual conversation here.
Okay. What do you want?
My headphones just disconnected. I'm just going to take them off.
Okay, well, we agree. Do we agree J.I.D. had the album of the year last year?
I think it was better than 2000.
I
think album of the year, I'd have to go back and look at all the albums. But he definitely contender for sure. Definitely top tier.
I think J.I.D.'s flows are better. I think J.I.D. has the ability to sing and be melodic. I think J.I.D. has better features, has better connections with the likes of J. Cole and everyone over at Dreamville, who he's utilized to his advantage. I just think he's a great rapper. There's really no flaws. And the way he can rap so effertlessly, these impossible flows. The way Joey can rap
so effortlessly, I think his lyrics are better.
No.
His messages are better. His thought process is better. The message that he delivers on his albums, I mean, look at it this way. All American Badass, his second studio album, he took an album where he made it so that there were songs like Temptation, these hits that everyone knew was going to be a hit, like a Drake song, a banger, like a popular song, and then put subliminal messages in those songs to talk about issues in America.
Yeah, I mean, these are both lyricists. They're both going to have good lyrics. Both of them have messages.
I can't. I'm sticking with Joey.
All right. Well, it's unfortunate that you're objectively incorrect. We got to flip the coin, I guess.
Yeah, we got to flip the coin.
It's tiebreaker time. When there's a tiebreaker, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to settle it. We're going to go to a coin flipper app and just flip the coin.
If we can't convince each other, if we have different views.
I wish we had like a basketball court right there. We could just like shoot for it. Ball don't lie.
Bro, you'd win every time.
I'd win every time. You admit it. Finally, I get a compliment from this guy. Long overdue.
Heads or tails?
Both. I win. Tails.
Okay. I'm doing it right in front of you, so you know I'm not cheating.
He's absolutely cheating.
J&D wins.
Look at that. Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie. All right.
You mean coin don't lie?
Sure. If you want to be that guy. All right, so JID progresses to the second round. Let's see who he will be facing off against.
Unfortunately.
We kind of have to speed run through these. We have Future and Chef Keith, it looks like over here.
Speed run through these.
This one's easy, I think, right?
Future and Chief Keef?
Yeah. Here, say your answer on the count of three.
Hold on. We got to talk about them.
We will, but say your answer on the count of three. This is the easy one. Come on. 3, 2, 1.
Future.
Yeah. Okay, Future.
It's Future, but, I mean, the argument for Chief Keef is, I mean, he has one of the best trap albums of all time.
Yeah.
Finally Rich. But the thing...
One of the most influential, probably not one of the best.
But the thing about Sosa is that's pretty much all he has.
Mm-hmm.
I love Sosa. I really do. But what else does he have besides Finally Rich?
I don't know. The main thing with him is his influence and everything he's done on that front.
For sure.
But in terms of actual output, in terms of discography... I mean, Future has one of the most loaded discographies out here.
He's one of the best. Future has one of the best trap albums of all time.
Of course,
too.
Multiple probably.
Yeah. I mean, thing is with Sosa, he's been doing it for 300 years.
He is 300 years old. So old man. Still no grays. He looks great for 300.
Yeah. But my vote has to go to Future Hendrix. I mean, what he's been able to do in the 2010s is phenomenal. That 2015 run on its own would beat Chief Keef in my opinion.
Yeah.
His recent releases haven't been as strong, but still, he has a great discography, and he's one of the best trap artists of all time.
Even his album last year.
It wasn't that bad.
Respectable.
Definitely
respectable. Yeah. Had some hits. If you had to name a king of trap, the trap goat.
Oh, God.
I'd probably put Future. Future is definitely
in that
a heavy hitter in that conversation for sure.
I couldn't even think about that.
Maybe Travis Scott, Young Thug.
I think as much as I love Travis Scott, the king of trap, you have to give him like 5 years. Put out another project.
I mean, Travis Scott's been around for a while.
I know, but he only the 3 studio albums he has out right now, maybe another album. Comparatively to the other contenders for like the best trap artist of all time, he's pretty young into his career.
I mean, I guess I'm sure. I just think when you think trap, you immediately associate that with Future.
Oh, for sure.
So. That's kind of, he owns that whole lane. All right.
Speaking of Travis Scott.
Speaking of Travis Scott and Young Thug, Future moves on to the second round.
Nobody mentioned Young Thug.
You did. They're going up against each other right now.
Yeah, I just said speaking of Travis Scott. And then you said and Young Thug.
Ay, caramba. This guy is not... Run the tape. Run the tape back. I mentioned him.
Travis Scott
this man isn't
Young
listening
Thug
to me.
Up next.
I feel so disrespectful.
I feel like this one's easy.
Easy one. 3, 2, 1. Travis Scott. There it is. The boys are finally in agreement. You love to see it. You love to see it. That's true.
I mean, a lot of ums here.
Yeah. Young Thug has a stupid name. When he's 80 years old, he's still going to be called Young Thug. So it's a dumb name.
I mean, in 80 years from now, whenever he's 80, I think he's still going to be in prison. Unfortunately,
that's tough. That's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, but in all seriousness, I think his album run is nowhere near as strong as Travis's, but the mixtape run is special for Thug. But compared to Scott,
I think even speaking on this one,
it's hard.
The margin is so wide that, not even a debate. All right, here we go. Another easy one. Everybody's favorite sweet candy, Eminem, and the man himself, Pusha T. Going head to head. Another easy one. 3, 2, 1.
Pusha T.
Eminem. Stop.
No, I'm kidding.
Get out of here.
I'm kidding.
All right, Eminem.
It's Eminem.
We're both. This is fair to say, right? We both prefer Pusha T over Eminem, but the discography is just.
I enjoy Pusha's music over Eminem's. I'm not really a huge fan of Eminem, but I can respect him as an artist, and I can respect his discography, even though it's not. Eminem's discography is nowhere near perfect. He's got some bad ones in there, but Push only has like 2 good albums.
Yeah, I mean the highs of Eminem. I mean they're up there, man.
They're the highest.
They are, yeah. I think he has more sales, more streams in totality than any other rapper out there. So he has the hits, he has the bars, he can freestyle, he's intelligent. There's really nothing he hasn't done.
Pusha has Daytona and It's Almost Dry. Yeah. Besides that, the rest of his projects really they aren't that great.
Even It's Almost Dry had its rough patches, I would think.
And a lot of that has to do with who was producing his albums.
Who? I can't answer that.
Pharrell and Kanye.
That's a good batch.
Yeah, that's a good
dynamic
Kanye
duo
produced,
right there. The Kobe
Daytona,
and Shaq of productions.
And then half of It's Almost Dry was produced by Ye, and then the other half was produced by Pharrell.
Yeah, Pharrell is a guy who deserves all the credit in the world for his production. He goes so overlooked all the time.
Overlooked for sure. But yeah, this as much as I enjoy Push's music more, it's not a competition. Mm-hmm. It would be silly to make it a competition.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
All right, so moving on to the second round in the upper left corner of this bracket, we have JID, Future, Travis Scott, and Eminem. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. I'm just saying the names. I'm helping the people out here. They don't have the visual.
Oh, okay.
So now we're going to go to the bottom left.
Oh, all right. I see.
And we have 2 legends. 2 old heads, but 2 legends nonetheless. Nas and 50 Cent. Can't really go wrong with either.
This should be easy.
Should be easy. Both legends, but 3, 2, 1, Nas. Easy. No disrespect to 50 Cent.
I mean, what does 50 Cent really have besides...
All right, I guess, disrespect to 50 Cent.
I mean, in terms of Nas quality, I'm just saying, in terms of Nas quality albums, what does he have besides Get Rich or Die Trying?
Yeah, I mean, 50 Cent is a legend, but when you put him up against a guy like Nas, comparatively, there's no real conversation, especially because 50 Cent really isn't in the game like that anymore.
Oh,
Nas is still he's still pumping out quality music, still in 2023, you know.
Oh, I think, this might be a hot take, but I think King's Disease 3 is his 3rd best album.
Yeah.
Behind obviously Illmatic and It Was Written, but what he was able to do at 50 years old was incredible.
He's 50 now? The big 5-0?
He's like 49 or 50. He's up there.
Yeah. Speaking of 50, he just beat out 50. He moves on to the second round. That was cheesy. Whatever. Here we have 2 guys who both of which don't deserve to go to the second round, but they're here nonetheless. Playboi Carti and Keemstar. Let's go.
I was trying to think, because Carti, this one was all me. Carti
100%.
Carti popped into my head, and I was like, okay, I'll put in Carti. And then I was thinking of like who would be fair to match up against him. And then I was looking through my rap playlist, and I saw Baby Keem. So I was like, why not? Let's put in Baby Keem.
You gotta love that thought process.
Okay.
I told you, organize it by Spotify streams, by Grammy nominations. Have some logic to this. Have some order. And yet here we are.
You're not really a fan of the kind of style of music that they make, but nonetheless, it's still a style. I enjoy both.
It's a style. That's the best you can say about it. It's a style.
A great style. How's that?
It's a style.
I enjoy both of these artists' music. I think that one of them is proven significantly more than the other, but we're having this conversation 5 years from now. I think it'd be a lot closer than it is right now.
I would just like to point out that this man has put Tupac and Biggie against each other in the first round, and here we are having to put Playboi Carti or Baby Keem through, while meanwhile Biggie and Tupac, one of those guys is not going to make it. So yeah, a true intellectual here that created this list.
You approved of this bracket. You looked at this bracket and approved of it.
I could have overridden it. I could have just written in someone else's name.
You could have.
But I'm not that much of a hater.
Do you have an opinion on this?
I do. Baby Keem. I like Baby Keem. I appreciate what he's done. I appreciate his connections with Kendrick Lamar, of course. And I think his most recent album was pretty good.
It was his best album, but...
Well, sure. The discography isn't there, I think, in terms of
Well, I think that Die For, I can't say that word on air quite yet, but...
quite yet? Yeah, keep training. You'll get there one day.
No, I'm saying in the future we're probably going to go to the podcast route, but right now we're still live. Die For my women, I guess.
Die For my guys.
Yeah, Die For my B word. I thought that was a good project. You had Stats, you had Honest, Bust Her Up. Those are some good ones.
Yeah.
But for sure, the Melodic Blue is easily his best project. But
yeah. My
vote has to go to Playboi Carti. It has to. And here's why. Every single album he's put out, he's changed his sound on every single album.
Whole lot of mid.
And it's worked every single time. Whether you want to admit it or not. Whether you want to admit Whole Lot of Red.
I don't have to admit it. It's not true.
Oh, I reviewed Whole Lot of Red.
And Whole Lot of Mid.
And I put it at a 6 out of 10. As much as I enjoy that album, it's flawed. It's heavily flawed.
It's goofy.
But it's got its bangers. But going back
it does have its hits.
It does have its hits. Going back to what I was saying earlier, every single album he's put out, he's been able to transform his sound, transform his music.
And you still can't understand him no matter what he's doing.
Every single time. Self-titled, you have Magnolia, you have Woke Up Like This.
How has he transformed his sound? It's sort of, I mean, I guess.
You think that?
I think a little bit, but
you think that Self-Titled and A Whole Lot of Red sound the same?
I think they're both bad.
But do you think they sound the same?
They sound similar, yeah. I would say.
What is wrong with you? You have not listened to those tracks. If you think they don't sound anything alike.
I appreciate good music, so I don't waste my time with that.
I don't appreciate crazy people like you.
Here's my inner debate in my head, because obviously Carti has a bigger discography, the more popular, more influential artist.
He's got three. He's got 3 solid albums.
Yeah. So
Keem has one great album.
The debate for me is: do I choose, the artist I prefer, or the artist who has the more output? I'm going Baby Keem. I'm going Baby Keem. That's my vote. It's locked in.
Here's before we flip the coin, because obviously none of us are going to change our minds. Here's my thought process. Self-Titled was a great first album for him.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's not perfect. I would say solid. A lot of it. He's a very similar style in a lot of the songs.
What do you get out of listening to Playboi Carti?
And then Die Lit. That's his best project in my opinion. Die Lit is a good album. I would say it's a great album. It's a very good album. And he was able to change his sound, and it worked. And then Whole Lot of Red.
Goofball.
Even if we don't enjoy it as much, there are a lot of people that do. I think Whole Lot of Red.
Goofball.
Whole Lot of Red has a lot of problems. And I put it in
the people who like Whole Lot of Red are 12 and goofballs.
I put it in my review. I put it the whole lot of has a whole lot of problems category, but it still has its highs.
Bars. Yeah, I just don't understand. In a world where you could simply not listen to Playboi Carti while you would opt to do the opposite. But I don't know. I guess some people are certified goofballs. My vote is for Baby Keem.
Heads or tails?
We're gonna go Carti. I'm not gonna be too mad if I lose this one. I don't really care either way. I'll say tails.
Whoever wins this round is not making it past.
No, they're getting demolished.
They're getting demolished.
They're going against Nas.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
It's heads.
Damn.
Playboi Carti wins.
That's tough. Playboi Carti.
That'd be such a funny.
Honestly, I love this.
Playboi Carti against Nas.
Because now we actually have to sit there and talk about Playboi Carti versus Nas in a few minutes. So really, this is a victory for me because we can just, go in on this guy. All right. Kid Cudi versus 21 Savage. You got the hottest guy on the block right now versus the old school guy who is recently retired from the game. He's not going to be putting out any more projects.
He said he would.
Kid Cudi?
Yeah.
He's back already.
Yeah, he's back.
This always happens when rappers say they retire. They
Yeah,
never do.
yeah.
Never true to their word.
In terms of established artist, it's Kid Cudi, but
No.
in terms of being established.
What?
But
No.
but let's do a 3, 2, 1.
All right, wait, all right. 3, 2, 1, Kid
21
Cudi.
Savage.
Get out of this studio.
It's 21 Savage.
Get out of the studio.
It's
Get out
21
of the
Savage.
studio. Why?
He went platinum with no features.
Good for him. Kid Cudi makes better music.
No,
Is
he
that
does
not what
not.
we're talking about?
If you put 21 Savage and Kid Cudi in a versus, Kid Cudi is done after
Kid Cudi's the better artist.
Kid Cudi is done after you play Day and Night and the other one. from that album.
The other one?
Yeah, the other one. What is it? Pursuit of Happiness. He's done after that.
Listen.
He's the microwave merchant. I mean, let's be real here.
That's very rude, first of all.
What does he got besides the hums?
He got that, he carries Kanye West on his best album, Kids See Ghosts.
Look, jokes aside.
Ooh, that was an angry breath.
No.
I heard that.
Jokes aside.
Oh, there's no jokes here. That's my favorite Kanye album.
No, not you, me. Jokes aside, I like Kid Cudi. I do like Kid Cudi. I don't think he's a bad artist. But
yeah,
21 Savage is a better artist.
Better artist?
Better rapper. Better artist.
I mean, you could say better rapper. Better artist is irrefutably Kid Cudi.
All right, but I think that if we're stacking everything up, it's 21. 21 has the lyrics.
I think you always know what you're going to get with 21 Savage. You're going to get the trap beat. You're going to get the similar flow, monotone voice. It's good. It serves its purpose. But Kid Cudi is just, so versatile, so out there.
What does he have besides Man on the Moon? What does he have?
He did Man on the Moon 1, Man on the Moon 2, and I think he was fantastic on Kids See Ghosts. Kids See Ghosts was great.
What does he have besides that?
Besides 3 fantastic albums? Is that not enough for you?
I don't know if Man on the Moon 2 is fantastic.
It is fantastic. It is breathtaking.
I don't really know about that.
I haven't listened to it. All right, let's flip this coin.
Oh man, this is
tails. I'm gonna go heads this time. I'm going heads.
Bro, Jimmy Cooks outdoes everything 21 Savage is.
Jimmy Cooks?
Jimmy Cooks has outdone everything Kid Cudi has ever done.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That solo's anything.
My respect for you has gone from 0 to negative 80.
Heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay.
Let me just drag Kid Cudi up into the...
It's heads, you win.
There we go. See, ball don't lie. Ball don't lie, folks. That is not ridiculous. You can't be mad at that
one.
Whoever
Kid Cudi faces up, he's going to get demolished.
So this one we can just kind of cruise by pretty quickly. We have Kanye West, who actually has not been in too much controversy recently. He's calmed down a little bit. Yeah. At least has stayed silent, which is nice to see. Nice and refreshing. Versus potentially the greatest artist of both the 2000s and 2010s. This is an easy one. Lil Wayne.
One thing I'll say, get off top for just a little bit about Kanye and the controversies.
Mm-hmm.
Kanye stayed silent, but the paparazzi is still following him.
Yeah, of course.
I think that's kind of funny. Like there was a video that came out like a day or two ago. Like this dude's like, yo Kanye, can I get like a quick video of you? Like, let me finish my video.
Yeah, it's like, Kanye West.
Yeah, and then he's like freaks out on him. He's like, get out of here! Like, what if I took photos of you? I thought that was funny.
Kanye's a goofball.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Goof. Lil Wayne.
3, 2, 1.
Lil Wayne.
You can't be serious. It's Kanye.
A Milli is such a good song.
Let's be real.
6 foot, 7 foot.
Let's do a count.
I listened to that yesterday. Such a good song.
Let's do a countdown and let's be real here.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Lil
Kanye.
Wayne.
No way. You're serious.
Wayne. Give me Lil Wayne.
No way.
Give me Lil Wayne.
You got to be kidding me.
Right now, on this current day, you will more likely find me listening to Lil Wayne than Kanye.
I don't care.
I do.
Why are we having this discussion right now?
Because I'm right and you're wrong.
I'm befuddled right now.
Okay.
There's no way we're saying that Lil Wayne is the better artist than Kanye West.
You heard it.
What does Lil Wayne have that Kanye doesn't besides sheer rapping ability? Name one thing.
A Milli. Sick song, dude. Flip the coin.
No,
Flip it.
I'm
Flip
not
the
doing
coin.
this. I'm not doing this.
Flip the coin.
You're trolling me right now.
Lil Wayne is sick.
Come on, let's be real here.
Lil Wayne has never said anything about Jewish people.
Let's be real here. Let's be real here.
Shout out to Lil Wayne.
We gotta be real here. Come on. It's Kanye. Let's be real here.
Here's the thing. My sole mission in this whole bracket debacle is to ensure that Kanye does not win this thing. He cannot.
But you're not being truthful.
Winner. So round by round,
you're trolling.
I'm gonna fight to the death for anyone.
You're not being truthful.
I'm being very
trolling.
truthful.
You're trolling.
I'm not.
You know that Kanye is the better artist. He is the better artist. We talked about this. We said that we were doing it based on sheer music and artistic ability.
You said
Kanye.
that.
So we agreed on that. And Kanye's solos, everything Lil Wayne has done is his entire career.
We didn't sign any
gotta
papers.
be real here. Be real.
Okay. Lil Wayne.
Be real.
Dude.
Be real.
Listen.
This whole bracket.
Do you not think that Do you not think that the fact that Kanye is a Nazi? You don't think that spoils the music a little bit?
We said based on music alone. It
spoils the music though. It all goes back to the music.
It's just music. We're not talking about that. We're not talking. It's just music.
A million here, a million there.
This is ridiculous. I can't believe we're having this conversation right now.
He has so many bars. This Lil Wayne fella.
You're not being truthful.
This Lil Wayne guy, man, he is up next. This guy is so good at rapping. Flip that coin. Flip the coin.
It's Kanye. You come on.
See, we can't do this bracket if you're just going to refuse. You just come on. You got to accept the results.
This is ridiculous.
Accept the results.
This is utterly ridiculous.
Are you an election denier? Accept the results, man.
This is ridiculous.
Yep, it is. Let's do it. Do it.
This is ridiculous.
Do it. Flip the coin.
Oh my God.
Ball don't lie. Coin don't lie. Come on, flip the coin.
Heads or tails?
This is going to kill us. If you lose,
heads or tails?
We might have to fist fight. Okay. Tails. Let's go. Come on. What is it?
It's heads.
No! Next round. Kid Cudi got him.
There's no
next
way.
round. All right,
if you say Kid Cudi's better than Kanye, I don't think I can ever do a show with you again. But
this is going to be awkward after the show. All right, so moving into the second round, in the bottom left corner, we have Nas, Playboy Cardi. I hate you. Why did I let you do this? Kid Cudi and I don't know. Moving on, we have.
Yay.
All right, moving on to the top right corner, we have two extremely influential, more modern rappers. We have Juice WRLD versus XXXTentacion.
This is a tough one for me.
This is a tough one. This is one that when I was making the bracket, I had to think about a little bit, but I have come to a pretty clear answer.
The thing for me is that both of these artists did so much when they were alive and have done so much after they've passed. They've inspired a generation. They've helped a generation. Then they're still going strong even after they passed away. I mean, their numbers are just incredible, and the music they put out also incredible. I think one has the better discography than the other one, but I think at this point it's more on the lines of the managers, because they really haven't been able to put anything out over the past 3-5 years.
Yeah, I mean, when you're ranking these guys, of course, both of them had their lives taken way too quickly, so
absolutely,
we didn't get to see their full potential, where they could really go with their career if they had full, autonomy over what, the trajectory of their careers. But I think just looking at the rappers themselves, especially during their time while they were alive, I think one is a lot more versatile. One has a variety of hits that have a lot of different sounds to them, and he really proved that he could really do anything and everything on an instrumental. So
countdown?
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
Juice WRLD.
X. It's X.
It's Juice WRLD.
It's X.
I think it's Juice WRLD.
I think once you've heard one Juice WRLD song, you've heard them all.
I completely disagree, but I think with X, if he had more time, then I think he would have beaten Juice WRLD. But if we're being real here, he has 2 albums that he made when he was alive, right?
You don't think X is the better artist?
I
think you do.
I think Juice WRLD
is the better artist.
I do.
Why? That's such a bad opinion.
I don't think so. I think what X has done is incredible. He showed a sort of a rager side to him, and then he showed us the more melodic side of him.
Yeah.
But
where's Juice WRLD's rager side? All we got are those melodies.
And that's completely fine.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Why are you picking the guy who can do one thing when you got one who can do 2?
Because what Juice WRLD did was incredible. His run was incredible.
Well, both of them were. These are 2 young legends.
I think that the albums that he put out, I think they were solid albums. And then Legends Never Die, I think, was one of the best posthumous albums ever put out.
Well, we're talking posthumous music. Juice WRLD has them by a mile.
Oh, for sure.
But that's on the producers. That's not really on the people.
No, but the way that
rappers.
album was constructed, it was a perfect memorial to Juice WRLD.
Yeah, shout out to the producers.
It's his best album. And then Fighting Demons, it wasn't the best thing, but it also wasn't the worst thing. It was a struggle. When listening, you're listening to the struggle of Juice fighting his demons, his mental health. There were a few sort of oddball songs put in there that I wasn't a huge fan of, but overall, I still think Juice WRLD.
I mean, we kind of got to rush through this. We're kind of running out of time here.
I think this isn't really one worth fighting for because I can go either way, honestly.
Yeah.
So I'll put my vote to X.
There you go.
I'll give it to X.
There you go. XXXTentacion for the win. He moves on to the second round. Will he be facing? Oh, we got two more weak competitors here: Lil Uzi Vert and Trippie Redd.
The one thing I'll say about the Juice and X debate is that the Juice WRLD music is still like good, but what we're getting from X now, it's just milk.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about. I wasn't really taking into account the posthumous stuff. I'm thinking about the people
purposes,
and
I
what
can
they
sway
did.
my vote to X.
Okay, this is the easy one. Really, no elaboration needed for this one. Lil Uzi Vert versus Trippie Redd. The disrespect to even put Trippie Redd on a list like this.
You gotta do the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Trippie
Lil
Redd.
Uzi Vert. Stop.
I'm kidding.
All right. Okay.
I could be a jerk to you and just keep fighting for Trippie Redd like you were
could.
doing to me.
Well, if Trippie Redd was a goofball Nazi.
No, I'll fight for Trippie Redd because you're being a dingus earlier. I'm kidding.
Dingus?
Just give it to Uzi. Just
call me the D word live on radio. All right, we got two. Okay, this is a matchup where I don't really understand, how they're connected. But we have Drake, certified hitmaker Drake, certified lover boy Drake, versus Mac Miller.
I just put two names in there.
Yeah, these ones have really no relation.
They have no relation.
It's an interesting one though. They are very different.
Obviously, one's the winner.
It depends on what you value. Do you value, the hits? Do you value the legendary status, the mainstream status? Or do you value the guy who was probably, artistically speaking, probably had, better visions, better sound? I'm going to put my vote. This is a tough one. This is actually a tough one for me personally.
If we're being real, there's an argument.
No, I'm being real. I'm being 100% real.
If we're being real, it's Drake.
It depends on what your values are. What do you value are? Why?
Because of what he's been able to do throughout his entire career, smash after smash, hit after hit, the record sales that he has, and that's not undermining what Mac did. What Mac did was incredible. The sound that he made, the records that he put out were great, and he still has that fan base all these years later that love and support that man. But what Drake has been able to do throughout his career, whether I'm not a huge Drake fan.
Then why are you doing this to yourself? No one's forcing you to do this.
I'm not the biggest Drake out
there,
but I have to respect what he's been able to do.
What? Put up numbers?
Yeah.
All right, so let's take out Drake and let's put in Ed Sheeran for the best rappers bracket. He got sales, he got hits.
But he's not a rapper.
And all of a sudden we don't care because they're not good songs.
That's a horrible
Mac Miller.
analogy.
Your
vote's Mac Miller?
Yeah, it is.
All right, we gotta flip a coin.
And I might put Mac Miller over Juice WRLD or
Drake
X.
and Mac Miller.
Yep, Mark Miller.
Heads or tails?
Heads has not been serving me well. Give me tails.
You win.
Drake, first round exit.
Dang.
The upset.
I was not expecting
Mark Miller goes into the second round.
Ridiculous.
And he is guaranteed to lose. So don't get too mad about it, folks. Because now we have another pretty evil buffoonery here from Mike. Two legends, J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, facing off in the first round.
This isn't a competition, by the way.
Not a competition, but J. Cole is better than probably... Listen
it's
here.
Kendrick Lamar.
But listen,
let's just move on. It's Kendrick Lamar.
Listen to me. He sat here and spoke about Lil Uzi Vert and all these other guys. J. Cole would probably beat out 70% of the guys who made it to the second round. This is just an evil matchup. Why'd you do this to me? My two favorite artists.
You tortured me for 10 minutes over Kanye West and Lil Wayne.
I'm saying J. Cole should probably be a second round, third round exit, if we're being real. But this matchup is just,
You tortured me.
I tortured you?
Yeah, you did.
No, Kanye tortures you with his antics. That's not me.
Come on.
Just because I'm just the messenger. I just say
You're not the messenger. You're
I'm just the messenger. I'm just saying,
You're
hey,
the troll. That's
I'm
what
not
you
the
are.
one who said,
You're the
all the stuff he was saying.
All right, we gotta hurry it up.
All right. Easy one. Pop Smoke, Jay-Z, 3, 2, 1, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
There you go. Jay-Z, rest in peace, Pop Smoke, another legendary artist who passed way too soon.
I will say one thing on Pop Smoke. I really enjoyed the way that he evolved as an artist and put out a more melodic album and Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, because he was crafting that album while he was still alive. So yeah. I'm going to give him credit to him for that. I really did enjoy that album.
It's so sad, man. All the future generation of rap.
I know.
Most really the heavy hitters are gone way too soon.
I know.
The guys who are supposed to come in and really take over this game, but unfortunate to see. All right, here we have interesting matchup here. A$AP Rocky versus Childish Gambino. That's a weird one.
It is a weird one, but it's an interesting one.
It is an interesting one. I don't listen to a lot of Childish Gambino, admittedly, but I got like a general gist of his sound and what he does. 2005 is a certified, one of the catchiest songs probably in rap history. 3000.
I thought you said 2000.
I would never do that. I'm not a casual.
I'm not a huge Rocky guy, but
I like Rocky. Rocky's
all right.
a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. One Train is one of the best songs where you stack up like 6-7 of the best rappers and just put them on a track. They go bar for bar, kind of battling against one another, see who can perform best on a track.
Effing Problems.
Yeah, he got a lot. He got the hits. He got lyrical content. He got so much. My vote is going towards A$AP Rocky. And I think, come on, man.
I'm gonna go Childish Gambino.
I'm
gonna go Childish Gambino.
You suck. All right, dude. You're gonna really?
Yeah.
Talk to me. Why?
Because admittedly, I haven't really listened to either of these guys exponentially. I haven't really done this, but from what I've heard, I've enjoyed Gambino a little bit more, and he's the more versatile artist. So
all right, flip the coin.
All right,
I could argue with you all day, but we don't have time to do it today.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
You win.
Bro, Tails has been serving me well today. Tails has been serving me well. All right. Our final two first round matchups. This is an interesting one. Andre 3000 versus Tyler, the Creator.
I mean, I have one already, but
two visionaries, two fantastic artists who really emphasize the art element of rap and hip hop. Really test the limits, test the boundaries.
It's Andre 3000 if we're being real here.
It probably is. I like Tyler's sound better. I listen to more Tyler, the Creator. Igor is one of my favorite albums. If I had to make a top 10 list of albums, my personal favorite albums, that would be there, probably near the bottom somewhere, but, still there.
It's 3 Stacks.
We'll give it to 3 Stacks, a legend. Okay. This is a final first round matchup. Absolute evil for my guy Mike here. Biggie versus Tupac in the first round.
We have to make it quick.
Lil Uzi Vert made it to the second round, and Biggie is not.
All right.
That's tough.
Okay. It's Tupac.
It's Tupac.
All right, let's move on. We have to.
That's so... The disrespect.
We could probably push it 5-10 more minutes.
The disrespect. Yeah, we're on a time crunch here. Pure evil, man. You have... Put Biggie against Trippie Redd or something. Why'd you have to do this to me?
We can do this again
at
some point.
Yeah, we could. All right, returning to the top left corner, we are now entering the second round of this bracket matchup. We have the one and only J.I.D. versus the Trap King himself, Future. This is a tough one for me because J.I.D. is my most streamed artist, my favorite artist probably outside of Kendrick Lamar.
Again, if we were having this, I've said it before, but if we're having this conversation 5 years from now, there could be a decisive one. But I have my vote already.
You're going to say Future.
Yep.
I know that. My thought process is similar to, the Drake versus Mac Miller kind of thing where it's you're
going Jid?
I prefer Jid, but Future, undoubtedly has the hits, has the records, has the streams, and is so influential. I will give you Future.
Okay.
I will give you Future. I don't think J.I.D. quite yet.
Maybe in a few years, if we're still doing this.
He shouldn't be a third rounder, this soon. All right. So moving on to the third round is Future. Now we have Travis Scott versus Eminem. Eminem's the legend. He's top 5 all time, most likely.
I'm giving it to Travis. I'm sorry, I can't.
People will hate us.
I'm giving it to Travis.
I'll go with you. I'll give it to Travis.
I don't like Eminem's music.
I hate that we're doing this kind of. It probably should be Eminem. Looking at the discography, it's our opinions.
And you agree.
It's our opinions. It is our opinions. It's kind of a balance of both. We have to respect the legends, but we'll give it to Travis. All right. It's a tough one. This is a tough one. It's going to spark a lot of debate here. We have Nas versus Playboi Carti. Mind you, J. Cole is eliminated. Biggie Smalls is eliminated. Eminem is out of here. Meanwhile, Playboi Carti still going strong. My vote is locked in. Oh, God. Playboi Carti.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Playboi Carti. Moving on. Kid Cudi. No. We'll give it to Nas. We'll give it to Nas. The king.
For the sake of time, can we be real on this one? please, and then we can have, when we move on, we can have an actual conversation. But for the sake of time.
Yeah, for the listeners wondering what this goofball's speaking on, we're doing Kanye versus Kid Cudi.
For the sake of time, can we give it to the better artist?
For the sake of time, we'll give it to the anti-Semite Kanye West.
All right.
Undeserved, but we're on a time crunch, so I can't really contest.
Yeah, you agree that his music is better than Kid Cudi's, right?
No.
You don't agree with that?
No, I do.
Okay.
I mean, Kid Cudi's best works.
At least we're being sane here.
Kid Cudi's best works come with Kanye attached to them.
Exactly.
A lot of the times.
I do. I know. I've been joking about Kid Cudi a lot. I do respect Cudi as an artist.
I think the Ye versus Lil Wayne conversation is a lot closer.
It is closer. It is closer.
All right.
We're still good.
Moving on to the right half of this bracket, we have X versus Lil Uzi Vert. This is so stupid. Why are these two people?
That's
Biggie's out, J. Cole's out,
but
Eminem's out. Like,
okay, next time we do this, maybe in like a year or two, I'll have you make the bracket. But this is actually kind of an interesting one because they were rivals when they were both alive. Uzi said X was his biggest rival.
Rest in peace to XXX. I'm not gonna lie. Music was a little bit different around that time, and different in a good way. That was like my only competition. Every time I dropped, he dropped, or every time he dropped, I dropped. And he either go number one, or I go number one.
Yeah. He's over that now, right? Has he spoken on it?
Huh?
He's like over that whole thing. Has he spoken on X since his passing?
Well, yeah. Uzi said that after X passed. He said that X was his biggest rival. Like, not like they hated each other, but
he hasn't. Has he gotten over it? Is he still like?
No, they never hated each other. I don't think.
So just musically, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They had a. Speaking of milking X, they had a song together that was released last week on YouTube.
Was it good?
I enjoyed the X part. It was very melodic.
That's surprising.
They deleted it, but Uzi's part was but I liked X's part, but then they deleted it. So
yeah. All right, let's get on to the real legends. This one for me is pretty easy.
We didn't vote.
This one for me is pretty easy. You know? Is this one tough for you?
I'm a little torn, but I think there is a clear winner.
It's a blatant winner. The fact
Uzi.
that... No.
You think it's X?
No.
You think it's X?
We are going to put Lil Uzi Vert into the third round of this thing?
I thought you were going to say Uzi.
No. Uzi shouldn't even be on here. Uzi? Why?
Because
I will sit here and spend the last 10 minutes of this podcast debating this.
I could give it to either one, but...
What?
With Uzi, their catalog, as of right now, and obviously forever now, is better than X's.
In what way?
I was torn because I thought that X was better, but I thought you were going to say Uzi.
I think Lil Uzi even being on this bracket is kind of pushing it. He's one of the weaker guys here, probably bottom 3, bottom 5 rappers out of these 24.
I'll give it to X. My original thought was X. My process was he's probably going to say Uzi, so I'll agree with him because I think it's close.
You thought I was going to say Uzi?
I did.
I like X. I like what X did.
I do like X too. I love
X. I think
X.
bar for bar, much better lyricist.
I love X.
I think
X is amazing.
What does Lil Uzi do?
Long live Jase.
What does Uzi do better than X? Like, at all?
Versatility.
Versatility. Then X? Yeah. X could do anything. X had the melodic stuff. Bar for bar, he was a better lyricist.
Versatility in what he released on his albums. I mean, with X, you kind of knew what you were getting after the.
You had no idea. People were stunned when he made that whole shift.
No, I was saying after the shift, you knew what you were getting. But Uzi has evolved. But I'm agreeing with you. I think X is the better artist.
I think Uzi's probably the least versatile person in rap. He's barely changed his sound at all since the SoundCloud days. But anyway, he's kind of adjusted for TikTok and all that, but not really. Yeah. He's so innovative, so versatile.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Easy one. We're cut for time. This one will help us out. Mark Miller or Kendrick Lamar? Kendrick Lamar. Rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Remember that thing that Kendrick Lamar tweeted about Mac Miller?
No, what did he say?
He was like, I'm gonna pull it up. What? Kendrick Mac Miller tweet. It was funny.
For the record, if we put Lil Uzi Vert through, we'd have to do Uzi versus Kendrick, and I would have enjoyed that. That would have been entertaining. But all right, so as he's finding that tweet, a preview for the final 2 matchups in this second round. He can't find it. I'll flash it up on screen in the YouTube video edit. so everyone will know what this guy is thinking in his head. I have no idea what he's talking about. But as for the final two second round matchups, we have Jay-Z and ASAP Rocky. I'm a big ASAP Rocky guy. It is Jay-Z. It's obviously Jay-Z. Surprisingly, these second round matchups, a lot of them easier than the first round matchups. Maybe because we let this goofball Mike over here determine the list.
We had some good matchups though. We had some good ones.
Yeah, let me just put Biggie and Tupac in the first round. Real intellectual over here. All right, Andre 3K and Tupac. Not an easy one.
Man.
Not an easy one.
Oh man.
Not an easy one. I think Tupac has done more for rap.
Yeah, as much as I love 3 Stacks, I give it to Tupac.
I think Tupac could run away with this whole bracket, potentially. But a little preview for the third round.
I don't think I'll make it to the
We
final.
have Jay-Z versus Tupac, which we're not going to debate quite yet because we have more to go through. But
I say we have 15 minutes max.
Okay,
left.
but just to preview, that is quite the matchup.
Yeah,
that is quite the matchup.
Okay, who do we have first?
Speaking of not quite the matchup, Future, who in comparison to both of those two guys is not really that much, not really that great, and Travis Scott, Future and Travis Scott, two similar sounds, two modern guys, two trap guys.
It's Travis.
I'll give it to Travis as well.
It's lit.
I'll give it to Travis.
It's lit.
Yeah, the stuff Travis has done with auto-tune and the whole modern sound, it's incredible in production. Yeah, that's his career highlight, him falling into that auto-tune, that hit of auto-tune. All right, Nas versus Kanye.
That's actually
I don't have to even troll anymore. It's Nas. I'm giving it to Nas.
That's a tough one. I still think now that we can have a serious conversation now, I love Nas. I'm a huge Nas guy.
We know who you're gonna give it to then.
But Nas, he's sort of a one-sided coin with what you're gonna get out of him, which is pure rap. It's some of the best pure rap of all time, but it's pure rap. Yeah. With Kanye, with every single album that he's put out, it's different and it's still really good. You had his run from the College Dropout to Graduation, where sure some of the lyrics and the sound were the same, but the instrumentals, the production, all three of those albums were different. You had the soul samples in the College Dropout, then you had the instrumentals, and then you had the synths, and then 808s. He brought in that auto-tune, he brought in that melodic feel probably 5 years before everyone else. Then he has what I think is his most overrated album. I don't think it's his masterpiece, but
Kanye hate from Mike?
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I think it's slightly overrated, but I digress.
Okay.
And then Yeezus, which it's a bit controversial. I personally love that album. It's, again, artists going in a different direction. It worked with Yeezus, in my opinion. Yeah, Pablo and then not so forth and so forth. I won't get into it, but in my opinion, if we're doing rappers, like we put Nas and Kanye and Mike and said just rap, give it to Nas easily. Yeah. But as a hip hop artist in total, I would have to give it to Kanye. And I wouldn't blame you if you gave it to Nas. That's a respectable opinion.
Here's my counterpoint, because we should spend time on this one because it's a great matchup.
It is, in all seriousness. If we're not trolling anymore.
We're not. No need to troll, man. There's never a need to troll out here. But I think Nas is more versatile than you give him credit for.
That's true. I think he's a very
in King's Disease. King's Disease. He went on some trap beats. He took some modern beats.
You're right.
He has that album Distant Relatives, which is one of my personal favorites, where he collaborated with one of Bob Marley's sons and made a kind of reggae-esque album. That's not.
In fact, these two actually collaborated on an album.
Yeah, I mean, two legends out here.
This year.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Great, but.
I think Distant Relatives was the first album I ever listened to on my dad's old iPod. I was in elementary school.
I know the first album,
that album has a special place in my heart. I love that album. As We Enter is still one of my favorite songs. Do you remember the first album you ever listened to?
Hip hop or first album?
Just in general.
Mothership by Led Zeppelin, the compilation of Led Zeppelin, the biggest bangers.
Is your dad just a rock guy, and that was just what was there for you?
My first hip hop album, it was either Graduation or Lucid Dreams. It was not Lucid Dreams, Goodbye and Good Riddance. It was one of those two, because it was in the same summer, the same week that I went to Maine, and when I was a freshman in high school. It was one of those two. It was the same day, but
thinking back to the first albums I ever heard, it makes me feel old, man, because Soulja Boy was big. It was a long time ago. I mean, but Distant Relatives was a new album. Jeez, man.
Both of these guys are legends in the industry, but if we're talking artistic value in total and what they've brought to the industry, in my opinion, it has to be Kanye.
Yeah, and I think you're going to say that regardless of who Kanye gets matched up with.
No,
he's your favorite. He's your guy. I get it.
No. There are arguments for all of these, the rest of these other guys, absolutely. And there's.
But you're always going to go Kanye.
That might not be true.
Stop the
We
cap.
will see.
It might be true. It might not.
We will see.
But who are you going to give your vote to?
I already gave it to Nas. Flip that coin.
All right. Let me bring it up.
Flip that coin.
All right. Heads or tails?
Tails hasn't failed me yet.
All
Don't
right.
fail me now. Let's get Kanye out of here, man. No, it's heads. It's heads. Kanye will not die. He will refuse to die.
I think he'll die at some point, I think.
Yeah. Hopefully.
But before we move on, I still have to give my flowers to Nas. That what that man has done for hip hop,
Absolutely.
what Illmatic itself has done for hip hop, I don't think will ever be done again.
No, and that was
nobody will ever. As much as people on Twitter jokingly want to compare that Ice Spice EP to Illmatic, nobody will ever drop an Illmatic again. That's just. I think the closest thing was To Pimp a Butterfly.
Why didn't you put Ice Spice on here, man?
That'd just be trolling.
Put him against Biggie or something instead of getting Biggie out here in the first round.
Like I think the closest thing we got to Illmatic was To Pimp a Butterfly.
Stylistically, not really, but in terms of lyrical content, yeah.
Pure hip hop rap influence.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, in
Those are
terms
two
of
of the best albums
masterpieces.
ever. Yeah, and he was young when he made that. I mean, and then to continue making very solid albums even
Nas was a teenager
into
when
his
he released
50s.
Illmatic.
Was he?
Yeah, he was a teenager.
My goodness, what a guy!
All right,
We got to move
10
on.
minutes left.
X versus Kendrick.
Give it to Kendrick.
I don't know, man. That X fella.
We got to move on. Give
Yeah,
it to Kendrick.
we got to move on. We sped run through some of these, and I think we have some time now. We're getting to the tail end of this here. So little conference finals preview. Actually, no, it wouldn't.
Well, no,
be.
we still got to do the Jay-Z one, right?
Yeah, I know. But a little preview. We have Travis Scott versus Kendrick. What could happen there?
You mean,
Who knows?
Kanye? That was Kanye.
No. That's the bottom.
Oh.
That's the bottom. So we have the top left and the top right going against each other, and Kanye will now be faced off against either Jay-Z or Tupac Shakur. Not an easy.
That's not easy.
Not an easy one.
All right, Jay-Z or Tupac? Who are you giving it to? I already have one.
I'm leaning towards Jay-Z.
It's Jay-Z, without a doubt. It's Jay-Z.
See that's a little. It's not without a doubt.
Look, as much as what Tupac did, what Jay-Z did with, I forgot the album name.
All right, let's give it to Tupac, man.
It's Reasonable Doubt, right? That's the one with the Reasonable Doubt.
If it was so good, you'd remember it.
96, Reasonable Doubt.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember when he dropped that in '96.
With
I was
Reasonable
there.
Doubt, and then the Blueprint on its own, great. And then, in my opinion, if Tupac had more time,
Oh my
might be able
goodness.
to give it to
Oh my
Tupac.
God, he
Yeah.
would win this. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, he would floor it. But and then what Jay-Z did in, I think it was 17 with 444, his most mature album. What he did with that on its own was also incredible.
Still a flawed album.
It's
Definitely a
still
flawed album.
Flawed, but still very mature.
Yeah,
for Jay.
I think for this one, if we're in all honesty, if we're just being real with ourselves, there's some generational bias with this one. Jay-Z is more present in our lives.
That's true.
He's still putting out stuff.
That's true. He hasn't put out anything in 5 years.
No, but he's
6 years.
still around. He's still around.
Yeah, I agree. But I would have to give it to Jay.
A little preview here. We got Kanye versus Jay-Z.
Oh, you
That's a
giving it
fun
to Jay?
one. That's a fun one.
That
I'm
is a
giving
fun
it to
one,
Jay-Z.
because they're brothers.
They are. Hopefully not anymore if Jay-Z has any sense in him. But all right, easy one here. Who is going to make the conference finals? We're about to make the top two here. Kendrick versus Travis Scott. Where's your vote going?
It's Travis.
All right.
It's absolutely Travis. Without a doubt. It's
Absolutely.
Travis.
I have no
it's
disagreements.
Kendrick. We're being
Travis
real.
Scott
It's
is going to the
Kendrick.
conference
It's Kendrick.
finals,
It's
folks.
Kendrick.
Nope, it's locked in. It's locked in. Travis Scott.
I'm cool with that.
All the way. All right.
I think I feel bad because there really isn't a debate here. But I love Travis Scott as an artist.
You don't have to feel bad, man. He made it far.
He did. But what Kendrick has done, I can't.
I really think that's the farthest a guy like Travis Scott can go.
All right.
And then
Kanye,
Ye versus Jay-Z. Ye versus Jay.
I know you're not trolling anymore, so who are you going to give it to?
Listen, I have not trolled once in this entire radio episode, but
whatever you say.
This one is truly genuine. Jay-Z. Give it to Jay-Z. A better rapper, you have to agree with that.
Oh, for sure. Again, if you put both of them on a mic and tell them to rap,
Yes.
Jay-Z's winning.
And both of them have the hits. Both of them have, tremendous, incredible discographies.
I think
I don't think there's that much that Kanye has over Jay-Z.
Has a significantly better discography than Jay-Z. Significantly.
I wouldn't say significantly.
Yeah.
He has more stuff.
A lot more better stuff. Significantly. Jay-Z has a lot more duds in his catalog than Kanye. Kanye has arguably one really bad dud in his catalog compared to Jay-Z.
I'm giving it to Jay-Z. I think he's a better rapper. I think he is more introspective with his art. I think he's just the better rapper.
Heads or tails?
And he hasn't said anything sussy
Heads
ever.
or tails?
Tails failed me, but he failed me last time. But I'm gonna stay loyal to my guy Tails. I'm gonna give it to Tails.
We're flipping.
Flip that coin. I hate everything. All right, it's Kanye West.
It's heads.
There's smoke coming out of my ears right now. This is ridiculous. Kanye West. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the final matchup of this bracket. We have two men left standing. Kendrick Lamar, the Duckworth man himself, versus I don't
Kanye
know.
West.
What's his name again? Kanye West. That's him. That's the guy. This is the easy one. Kendrick Lamar. He's done more stuff, better sound, smarter human, and probably likes Jews. Counter?
I mean, there was that one thing.
Nah, there wasn't.
There was that one thing.
Swiftly moving on.
There was that one
Kendrick
thing.
Lamar.
There was that
If
one
we're talking
thing.
in comparison to Kanye.
There was that one thing. But again.
Comparison to Kanye.
Again, we said this is strictly music. Strictly music.
Yeah.
Not
Sometimes things outside of music can spoil the music.
strictly
Ain't
music.
that crazy? It's all connected,
It's
man.
strictly music. But I think this is a tough one because of what Kendrick Lamar has done over the past decade.
I'm sorry, man. Kanye in the finals for the best rappers bracket. Are we being real with ourselves?
What are you talking about?
In the finals of all the rappers to ever,
Yes.
hop on a mic and rippity rap. Rappers. He's not even top 10 in terms of rappers.
We said before the
Biggie
show.
should have beaten this
we
guy.
said before the show this isn't rappers. This is overall hip hop artists.
This is the J&M rappers bracket. That's what the logo says.
You said before we started the show.
The logo that I typed on this thing says rappers.
I said this is overall hip hop artists, not just rapping.
No, I get you.
You said yes.
I get you.
You said yes.
I get
So
you.
don't
You're a
bring this up
little
in the
Kanye,
finals
little
because
Kanye
you're
stan.
mad that Kanye got it this far. Don't be mad.
How many heads versus tails things does Kanye have to win to get here? It's ridiculous.
Heads and tails don't lie, apparently.
No, the ball don't lie. If there was a court out there,
The coin don't lie.
the coin certainly has
Nope.
lied. So yeah, it's this is really just my guy versus your guy. And I was pretty sure it was going to boil down to this Kendrick versus Kanye at the very end. My case for Kendrick is he's just a better artist. He has more things to say. His sound is a lot better. He doesn't quite have the hits the way Kanye does, but I think that's fine. I think you value the hits way more than I do. I value the sound and the content.
I don't value the hits that much.
I mean, that was your whole argument for Drake, but
I mean, when you have as massive as Drake,
name one Drake hit. You can't.
God's plan.
Shoot, he got me.
This isn't
got
Cardi
me.
B we're talking about.
Cardi B, the real Cardi.
But in all seriousness, I much respect to Kendrick Lamar. To Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City, classics.
People don't make music that sounds like that.
No.
No one could even, everyone respected it so much, but no one could
remember when
even
you was
try to
conflicted.
imitate it. No one could try to
can't.
imitate it. They couldn't, yeah. And
I
that
think-
sound hasn't
I
come
think
to the industry
at the
since.
end of their careers, this might be a lot
It
closer.
will be Kendrick. It will be Kendrick.
That's your opinion, but I think it'll be a lot closer than it is right now.
In terms of legacy, Kendrick is certainly putting down a much better legacy than
We're talking about
your guy.
discographies and artistry, music. We're not talking about that.
Okay. Still
Overall,
Kendrick.
for music,
Duckworth.
I have to give it to Kanye.
Kendrick Duckworth.
But
No, come on now. You know the answer.
But-
you know the truth.
but Kendrick Lamar hasn't put out a bad album ever.
No.
Ever.
And to be
Never.
as big and mainstream as
Yeah.
he is, with as quiet and low
Yeah.
key as he is, it's ridiculous.
He's very low key.
It's ridiculous. He
He
is
is.
never going on these
I mean,
tirades that Kanye
he
is.
used to be like out there on the internet and stuff
He
like
had
that.
the whole Damn period, he had a little bit, that was a commercial hit, the Damn album. But, he went out, poked his head out, and then went right back into hiding. Yeah, right, like a 1 year, 2 year stint of, hey guys, look, remember me? And that's all he needed. He didn't even need that. The music speaks for itself. Meanwhile, Kanye speaks for himself, and not the music.
We're talking solely music here. I have to give it to Kanye West. If we're talking about who's the better person, I give it to Kendrick Lamar.
All right.
But we're talking about music, hip-hop artistry.
Folks.
Again, if we're putting both these two on the mic and said rap, Kendrick Lamar would easily smoke Kanye.
This episode is going to go down to the flip of a coin.
Yep.
That's how we're going to end
I'll
things.
do it right in front of you. No cheating.
Listen, Tails has now failed me many times. It will not fail 3 times in a row. Give me Tails. Give me Tails. He has failed me, but statistically, it got to work one more time.
Boom!
That's ridiculous.
Oh, man!
That's a ridiculous website.
Look at that!
How many heads in a row are you going to get?
That's Google.
That was like
Google.
70 heads in a row.
That's Google. Bro, you got Tails a few times, but that's Google.
I got to crunch the numbers on this.
Man.
Because Kanye won like 4 straight 50-50 battles.
I did that right in front of you.
This is ridiculous.
Oh my God.
This is ridiculous.
Go.
This is absurd.
Coin don't lie.
All right,
Coin does not lie.
The show has been canceled for next week. We're not coming back. I've had a great time here in the studio, but
Look. In all seriousness, when we're talking about artistry and music, I mean, Kanye's one of the guys that deserves this. I think in all the artists here, there are probably.
Of course you think that.
There are 5 guys who would absolutely smoke and deserve this:
right.
Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar, Tupac, Kanye, and I'm missing one. Let me see the bracket.
I'm not even listening to you anymore.
Nas.
I'm just seeing red.
Nas.
All right, so Natsier West wins the bracket. Congratulations. Yeah, there he is. That's the show.
That was fun.
That's the show.
That was come on. No, seriously, that was a fun little debate we had for the whole show.
I voted against Kanye every time. He won every coin battle. What the heck? Every time.
Hey, you won a few. You won like every.
I won a few.
You won every other coin battle though. Like every other one, you won it.
That's tough. It's a tough day out here for.
Look,
Kanye
obviously,
haters.
if we're giving a Person of the Year award out, Kanye is not winning that. But we're talking about pure music and pure artistry, which is what this bracket should have been about, and what it is about. Kanye is one of the top guys.
I'm so sad.
You know, Real Music won. Real Music won. Sorry, Real Music won.
I'm so sad.
I wouldn't have been upset if Nas, Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z, Tupac, or Biggie won on.
End the show already. Stop rubbing it in. All right, here's some music, some PSAs.
We're not
get
quite yet. So that's the grand return. This episode will be up. I think episode 3 will be on YouTube.
Episode 3 is coming out whenever I can put it out.
Probably Monday.
This is going to come out. We're going to drop this Monday. Yeah, no, this one will be easy.
Double drop. Okay, double drop then.
Yeah, we'll see when the episode 3 comes out. This might become episode 3, and then episode 3 will become episode 4, depending on the order. We'll see how it goes from Editor Joe.
Yes, as always, keep updated on the Instagram. We're always posting on Instagram. The next album review will come out either tomorrow or the day after. It'll be 1999 by Joey Badass. There's a tier list for all the albums I've ranked so far. It's up on every single album review post, so you can look at that. Should have followed the Instagram. That's where it's at mostly.
Yep.
The YouTube channel too, because that's where we archive all the episodes we have. We have clips as well, and we're gonna put up shorts as well soon.
We're making lists of
there. So probably next episode it'll be more news.
Yeah.
Since we'll be back in the swing of things. We'll do more news first, and then we'll have another segment kind of like this. We have a few ideas.
We do,
and we'll do another little fun segment like this, and it was fun. We had our battles.
We did,
but I would have been content with probably any of the guys in like the final 4, except for Travis.
I won quite a few battles, but you did. In the end, you took the war.
The coin didn't lie.
You won the war.
Coin didn't lie.
So for anyone right now who's listening live, going, wow, that was a great segment, but I can't see anything. I can't visualize this bracket. It's too big. It's too complicated. We're going to have the final version posted on the Instagram. A clip of this is going to go up on the YouTube channel as well as the full episode. So, be on the lookout Follow the Instagram, follow the YouTube.
There is also an archive on the YouTube channel of when we did Spotify numbers, when we guessed who had the more
Anything
Spotify
you've ever
numbers.
heard live, it's
Highly
on the
recommend
channel.
you watch that because Joe had great visuals for that. He did a great job with the background music. He did a great job with the visuals. I watched a little bit of it. Absolutely fantastic job. I highly recommend you give that a watch,
guy
even
sure
if
is
you listen to
talented.
us live on that day.
I'm a big fan of that Joe guy. All right.
Yeah.
We're already running a little deep into this. We gotta sign off.
Ended 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. So signing off.
We'll
Goodbye.
leave you-
See you next week.
We'll leave you with to rub the salt in the wound.
Don't do this to me.
We'll give you "Poetic Justice" by Kendrick Lamar as
All
the
right.
next song.
Poetic Justice was not delivered today.
Oh yes, it was.
All right. We're gonna go fight after this.
All right, this is "Poetic Justice" by Kendrick Lamar,
Kendrick.
not the winner of the rap bracket.